Good morning from Los Angeles. Welcome to, thank God it's Friday. Welcome to Power Hour every Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Welcome to the show. Today I have time, unlike yesterday, so I will be able to hang out probably an hour and change. Usually we'll go through the positions. We'll talk about a topic that is near and dear to my heart, which I'm with every content I put out, I'm trying to make my audience understand that holding on to your dollars and putting it in the bank is a losing proposition. You cannot keep pace with the gaslighting that the government's telling you. You just cannot. You need to invest. You need to invest in hard assets. You need to invest in gold, stocks, Bitcoin. They go up, they go down, not the point. On longer term basis, that's the only thing you can protect your fiat currency with. Fiat currency meaning the US dollars, which is trash. I'm not saying cash is trash. I'm just saying that the currency is trash. That's because of the fiscal and monetary policy that we've been running for decades, specifically since 2008. So I just encourage all of you to educate yourself, to get correct information. There's a lot of fluff on YouTube and X and all social media. Study it. Take a half hour a day, just half hour. You don't have half hour a day to educate yourself? You will be so much better off if you just took that half hour a day that you're currently constantly swiping on TikTok, as opposed to just read. There is so much good information out there. There is the power of AI, Gemini, ChatGPT, whatever it is. You just cannot put your head in the sand and say, I believe what the government's saying. The government says the inflation is 2%. My ass. Inflation is not 2%. I'm going to show it to you guys any second now. The economy that they say it's great, for who? I'm a capitalist. I'm not in the top 1%, but I probably am in the top 5%. But what about the rest? We're in a country where the gap between haves and have-nots is the widest ever, ever. Why? Because they own assets. They own real estate. They own gold. They own Bitcoin. They own stocks. That's the only way to get to your true financial freedom. It's not going to be by collecting a paycheck. It's not going to be by grinding and dying. It's just not going to be. So whatever you can put away, max out your 401k, put it, max out your IRA. Forget the Social Security. I don't even think I'm going to see it in 8 years. I doubt it, because they have raided the Social Security fund and plundered it. So I'm like, okay, what do I have to do? Well, I've seen this picture a while ago. I've only had this channel for a year. But in private circles, since people know that I'm involved in finance and whatever not, they ask me, well, what do you think we should do? What do you think? And then some people say, give me a tip. I go, tips are at the horse races. We don't have tips. We think. We put the picture together. And the picture has been the same. And my picture got a lot clearer, actually, after the big, beautiful bill passed. It was very clear. Don't get me wrong. But it got very, very clear now. So invest in Bitcoin, dollar cost average into stocks, indexes. You don't have to be an active investor. You don't have to do what I do. Have an investment account, have a trading account. Make sure you're on top of it. Make sure you're educated. Make sure you're informed that you can protect your family's future, because the government's not going to do it. It's just not going to. I'm not against the government. I think government's necessary for the people who are not well-to-do, to protect them. I get it. But for people like me, I don't need the government. I need the government as far away from my business as possible. But That's the message I have on this channel. It is not about you being taken care of by the government. There's a group that, as you guys know, called, whatever they are, they just want to create a dependent society. I want to educate people. I want to inform people. And I think my members, I have a members group, my members will attest to that the education is key. Although they may have come in with some education, some knowledge, we're adding every single day, every single week. We're adding to their toolbox because there is a tool for each job at hand. Any job that you're at. If you're a carpenter, there's a chisel that you use maybe once a year, but that you know when to use it. And when you need it, it's there. That's what investing is about. That's what trading is about. Have all the tools. Maybe you use it once a year, maybe use it twice a year, but when it's time to use it, you know which tool it is and you have it. So, yeah, I think we need to start educating our kids from elementary school about finance. Not high finance, obviously, not private equity, none of that, hedge funds, this and that. For God's sakes, they don't even teach them how to balance their checkbook. Not that the checkbooks exist anymore, but to the most simplest thing, right? What do they want to do? They want to educate them about sex and a bunch of other stuff, which to me is a parent's issue, right? But what they want to do is they want to make sure you're on TikTok for 10 hours a day. Well, hell with that. You should teach these kids about finance. You should teach them about the benefits and the downsides, the pros and the cons of having debt. I'm not against having debt. I have debts. But as long as it's manageable, as long as you can pay it back in time, it's wonderful. I have credit cards. I've spoken about credit cards this week. I have a bunch of credit cards. I don't carry balances. I'm not going to make the bank richer by paying them 30% interest rates. That the average on credit cards in the US is 25.6%, folks. That's the average. Mine is at like 30%. And I have excellent credit. Think about the other people, right? Credit card defaults are soaring. I'm telling you, the government's not telling you the truth. And there is a reason for that. They don't want to tell you the truth because if the truth comes out, there will be a revolt in this country. But the American public is trained so well. It's trained. They're trained with small little things, small things like, okay, I go to Verizon, I get my new iPhone on payments for 3 years. I'm happy with that, so I can swipe faster. Okay. Oh, I'm going to go to Best Buy and buy a TV on credit, and so I can watch the Super Bowl in a clearer picture. Oh, wonderful. What is that going to do? That doesn't get you anywhere. And we spend that we don't have, the money we don't have, we go buy shit that we don't need because it makes us feel good. It releases endorphins in your system. Oh, you buy something. Oh, I bought something for myself. No, invest. Don't go to Starbucks every morning on your way to work and spend $7 on a latte. Don't. Accumulate that money. Put that in Bitcoin. Put that in stocks. DCA into something. And that's what we should teach our kids from elementary school, middle school. But again, by the time a kid's gone through college with some useless education, 4-year degree, which is definitely getting replaced by AI, they come out with $200,000 in debt that they're going to pay the rest of their lives, called student loans. What kind of crack of shit is that? So, yeah, I've been saying the same message. My message has not changed on this channel for a year. I think I started a year ago, maybe a year and a month ago. I have not changed my message from the first day to today. And it may sound repetitious. It's not changing. I had high expectations with this new administration that things were going to change. The deficits are going to get cut. We're going to balance the budget. We're going to reduce the national debt of 38 trillion to be 40 trillion by the end of the year. No. And that's when the picture got a lot clearer. It got as clear as the Pacific Ocean behind me. Meaning they're not going to stop. They're going to keep printing. They're going to keep debasing. They're going to make sure you lose your buying power on your $100 bill. That's what they're going to do. So when they say they, it's Democrats, it's Republicans, it's all of them. All of them. Okay? So now the ball's in your court. You need to protect yourself. How do you protect yourself? You invest. You don't grind and die. That's the idea. You invest. And there are plenty of choices. So one thing that I've literally been talking about it for a year on this channel is something called inflation. What is the simple definition of inflation? We don't have to go to Econ 101 or we don't have to go to master's econ books. Definition of inflation is too many dollars chasing too few goods. Now, it could be physical goods, it could be services, it could be anything. Well, we certainly do have enough dollars chasing. How do we do that? Well, we create dollars out of thin air and put it into circulation. I had a video, please go check it out this week. Something called money supply. Once we increase the money supply, everybody has more dollars. That dollars have to go somewhere. Some people go buy shit because our total GDP at $28 trillion, 75 to 80% is consumer spending. We don't manufacture anything in this country anymore. We ship them all away. But inflation, that's the true definition of inflation. Too many dollars chasing too few goods. And our good old Fed and our good old government and the Bureau of Labor Statistics, they come up with these numbers every month. Inflation about this, inflation about this, inflation about that. Okay. They've been saying inflation is 2%, 2.5%. In fact, CPI came out this week, 2.6%. Is it? Is that what your pocketbook is telling you? Is it really 2.6%? I don't think so. Well, let's look at them. Let's look at these numbers. These are from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, not my numbers. I researched it, and then I have a good friend, Charlie Biliello, who's on X. I follow him. I've known him for a while. And he came up with this. Here we go. Pretty simple. You guys should go follow Charlie. Charlie is amazing. He's an economist. He's worked on Wall Street for a long time. All right, here we go. Price increases over the last 5 years. I cannot be any simpler than this. This is 5 years. So you have to divide all this by 5. And let's see if we can come up with that 2.6 or 2.7% the Fed is saying, or the government is saying that inflation is running at. CPI medical care, 12.2%. Horseshit. 12.2%? My healthcare premiums have gone through the roof. But I'm just going to go through the list without getting cut off. New cars, 21.4%. Food at home, 23%. Shelter, that could be rental, 27.5%. Food away from home, 30.5%. Used cars, 34.9%. Electricity, 38.1%. Transportation, 46.7%. Home prices, 51.7%. Gasoline, 54.8%. Gas and utilities, like the DWP bill, that my DWP bill has doubled over the last 5 years. 56%. Fuel oil, 62.4%. Auto insurance, hello, I'm in that group, 75%. Dozen eggs, 143%. You take any of those numbers and divide it into 5 or by 5, you think you're going to get to 2.6? You think so? No. Well, let's look at it again. Let's start from the bottom. Dozen eggs, 143. This is 5 years ago to today. Not 50 years, not 25 years, 5 years. Just 5. 5. Okay. So take auto insurance. 75 divided by 5. 15. That's per year. What happened to the 2.6, Mr. Government? What happened? Oh, never mind. Okay, let's go to U.S. home prices. So this is another one that haves and have-nots are experiencing. My home has increased in value by double since I bought it. Okay? But take out this inflation. Take out 6-7% a year. Has it really doubled or it just kept pace? Well, it kind of kept pace. Home prices, 51.7% divided by 5. That's over 10%. Electricity, 38%. We all need it. Divided by 5, it's about 8% almost. What happened to what happened to 2.6%? Where did it go? Not there. Gaslighting to the max. And the funniest thing is, on the first one, where BLS says medical care is only up 12.2%. So that's the only one that if you took that and divided by 5, you will get somewhere near 2.6%. That's about it. Have any of your health insurance premiums only gone up 12.2% in the last 5 years? Anybody in the chat, please put it in the chat. But we, of course, dug a little bit deeper on this issue, and this is what we came up with. Average US family health insurance, the premium that we paid. This goes back to 2000. In 2000, 6,000, 2003, 9,000, 2006, 11,000, 2009, 13,000, 2012, 16, 2015, 18, 2018, 20, 2021, 23, and 2024, 26K. And the chart below shows the increase, the share that we pay. And if you're lucky enough to be employed that they present you or provide you with health insurance, the light pink part on the bottom is the share of the employer, and the red part is your share. And the most absurd number in CPI, because every month we come up with CPI and PPI, right? We just came up with it, 2.6%. Check this out, folks. This is your government. According to the US government, the cost of health insurance has declined 19% over the last 5 years. That's why the CPI is at 2.6%. Let me read that again. According to the US government, the cost of health insurance has declined 19% over the last 5 years. Well, let's go back to the chart on the left. Let's go to 2020, 2018, 20K. This is family of 4, health insurance, premium. Well, let's take it to 2024, just 6 years, right? The 5 year government says it's down 19%. How's 20K to 26K? I don't know. That looks like up 30% to me. So this is what you guys are facing. This is what everybody is facing in this country. Rich, poor, whatever. Well, poor are going, trying to get Medi-Cal and be on government, but now that's got cut. Who knows what's going to happen there? The point again, government is not your savior. You are your savior. You need to invest. It doesn't matter. You have a crash, you invest. Your dollar cost average. You put money away every single month, every week, whatever you can do. Even if you think it's not important, even if you think it's $10, put it somewhere. Don't go put it in some money mart or some CD or some garbage, or specifically savings account. Or checking account. People go deposit checks in the bank. You know how much money I have in my BOA account? I think it's like $80. FBOA. They don't need my money. They don't need to take my money and send it back to me or lend it back to me at 30% on my credit card. Not going to do it. Right? Invest. So that's the message. The message is government's gaslighting the shit out of you. Wake up. Smell the coffee. Invest. Trade. Learn a trade. Forget college. Garbage. It's a marketing thing. Was college important in my days? Absolutely. Today, nothing. All I'm saying is, please share the message. Show this to your family. Show this to your kids. Show this to your uncles and relatives and friends. Because this is what they need to do. And if you guys agree with the government saying that your health insurance premiums have gone down 19%, that's the government you're dealing with. I don't know. Mine is up through the roof. So, but I invest, I trade, I try to, make up what I'm losing on my beautiful $100 bill. I'm losing 6-7% of it every single year. Simple. So please share the message. So we're done with the little rant of mine. Let's see who's here. Doug, yay! What's up, Doug? Techie, good afternoon. Francisco Quintero, good morning, Sergio. Good morning, Francisco. Vic is the calm one of my group. When he says it, you got to listen to what he's saying. He's like E.F. Hutton. When E.F. Hutton speaks, everybody listens. You guys remember that commercial? No, he's awesome. Hey, Paul, what's up? Hope you're doing well. Hope your health is good. Traveler with his two bug eyes, always. So as you guys can see, there's like some members in here who happen to be wonderful group. I think we're global. We're global. I have a member in Sydney, Australia, on the channel, and I have a member in Canada. I'm not going to say Canada is our 51st state and piss them off, but we're global. But my members group is global now. So I had in fact had a beer to celebrate that. So down under, Canada, US, all over the place, obviously. Wonderful group. If you want to support the channel and join and own me for a Big Mac a month, just click join, email me, sergio@sergioavadian.com. I will send you the Telegram chat group link. You will also be part of every Wednesday's members only live. Replays, obviously. Those members only lives are fantastic. They really are. That's where they're actually learning the most. And the other thing you do is when the Telegram chat group, I post my trades live. As soon as I do a trade, I post it. I also post them Monday, Wednesday, Friday on my community page of the YouTube channel. And but there's a lag. None of this is trading, financial, or investment advice. It's for information and education purposes only. So what I do is very risky. Don't do what I do. Risk reward, money management, all that good stuff. Plenty of it here. But if you do become a member, you will learn. I guarantee you will learn. I guarantee. I shouldn't say guarantee, but I guarantee you will learn. Maybe some of my members will throw saying, yeah, thumbs up, Serge, we're learning. Hey, John, what's happening? Good morning from Los Angeles. We're overdue for a... Yes, sir. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. The new RAV starting price this fall going to be... yeah, absolutely. That's how... That's your gaslighting for you. Gaslighting to the max, man. Doug. Okay, Doug's nickname. We all have nicknames. Mine is Iceman on the group. Mine is Iceman because it was Iceman on the desk, so I kept it. But Doug's nickname is what was it? Gunslinger. That's Doug. You guys will have to join the members group to figure out why he's the gunslinger. In Illinois, they want to charge us taxes. Are they? Yeah. Well, I'm sure our wonderful governor will come up with some. Well, our gas prices are about to go up 65 more cents, like from 4 to 5. I mean, you should complain about, government. Yeah, I'm stuck on the West Coast. Illinois, they want to charge. There you go. That's a new one. They got to raise cash somehow. They got to charge you somehow. That's a good one right there. So I'm saying, so you're saying government is lying to us? Oh, no. No. Government's fine. Government's not lying. Yeah. Well, those are, I showed you guys the numbers. If you missed it, go check it. Good morning, Macro. Gavin, it's not politics, not on this channel. Not this channel, anyway. But yeah, that's where we are, man. Please share the message. Please subscribe. Please share the channel. Please put a thumbs up on the chat. Supposedly it helps the algorithm. That's what Chris says, my YouTube manager. Look, I'm not doing this for the channel, for YouTube money or this or that. I'm just doing it because it's a good medium to get my voice out. Because I think my voice is clear and the message is clear. Because there's so many people who don't know what's going on. There's so many people who grind and die as opposed to save themselves, which is the majority, right? The top 1% already knows. Top 5%, we already know. What about the bottom 95%? They don't know. They don't know shit because they're not taught, because they're given plastic to go spend. Go spend, support the economy. You feel better about yourself. You go buy something today. No. Anyway. Yeah. I live in a so I call myself an East Coaster always, and stuck in the West Coast, because I was on the East Coast, and maybe one day. We'll go through the positions in a minute now, because I usually do a weekend video, put it out, full transparency, my positions and things like that. Okay, in fact, let's go to that now. We got to click this one. Oh, wrong one. We removed that one. Okay. Why? What's happening? There we are. You guys can see this, right? Okay, cool. We click this one and now we're there. Okay, cool. What's happening? Market's down a little bit, selling off a little bit. I'm in a pickle with a short position, but we're gonna hang in there. Not concerned. But let me go through the positions. I'm trimming like mad my longs, and then I'm shorting things actually, or trying to go more short. So I trimmed. You guys can compare these from. My members get this live, but if you want to tag along without being financial or trading advice, go check out Wednesday positions where I post on the community page, and then you can compare it to Monday, Wednesday, the last Friday. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday I post it. So I'm still long 30 AAPU, which is 2x ETF of Apple, 25 calls, cost of 85 cents. They're about 80 cents, so we're keeping those. I am short 10 fuel cell puts, August 6 puts, and I'm long 90 October fuel cell calls, $5 calls, in the money now, 526. Okay, here's the first headache, although not a huge headache yet, but it's a headache. I'm shorting Joby Aviation. I'm shorting the shares. This is a very risky thing that I do, so don't do it. I know what I'm doing. Short 2,500 shares at $16, but then I sold options. As you guys can see, they're expiring worthless today, increased my cost basis. This is the bubble of all bubbles. I will keep shorting this, so we'll see. I'm short 5,000 shares of Lithium Corp. LAC is the symbol. Cost of $333. It's about $320. But I bought it yesterday. I sold calls against it that are expiring today, which is good. Lower my cost basis to about 320 range, which is fine. Here's another one. I'm short 2,200 shares of SoFi. Now it's going to be pretty tight. I'm short also today's expiration, 21.5 calls. Stock is 21.48. We're right at it. So I have many choices. We'll see what I do at the end of the day. I trimmed this position quite a lot as well. So go compare it, the sizes, right, to where it's going. I actually want to be net short coming this next week. I'm never net short or 100% short or 100% long, but I try to keep it a balance. But then by trimming the longs, you're just increasing your short exposure. So on this one, they go out to September 19th, September expiration. On Soundhound, SOUN is the symbol. I am short 10. I was short like 30. Now I'm short 10 of the 13 puts, and I am long 10. I was long like 40 or 35. Now I'm only long 10 of the September 15 calls. So that's called a synthetic. Instead of buying the stock, you do this. You short puts, buy calls, you turbocharge the upside, and that's where we are. And last but not least, TSSI Inc. Actually, I trimmed the calls today, the long side of the calls, but the position is, again, a synthetic, but with a call debit spread, as opposed to a synthetic with short puts, long calls. So what I did is I sold on TSSI 15 of the August 20 puts at $2.61. They're about $2, so that's good. But with that money, some of that money, about a third of that money, I went and bought a call debit spread. 22 and a half calls I bought and sold the 30 calls. Now, this morning, I bought the calls about 255. This morning, I sold a third of it at 3. I will sell some more. So I will take the profits on the long call end. And then what I ultimately will end up leaving is short puts, short calls with a window of 10, meaning short to 20 puts, short to 30 calls. That's called a short strangle. And then we wait for time decay to take care of it. As long as the stock stays between 20 and 30, I'm good. In fact, I'm better than good, because I took in 261 on the puts and I took in almost $1 on the calls, on the 30 calls. So if you add 261 and 1 is 361. Would I like to be short TSSI at 33 and change? Absolutely, because I had shorted it before. And would I like to be long TSSI at 16 and a half? Absolutely, when August comes. So whichever. But if none of it happens, if it stays between 20 and 30, both sides expire worthless. I collect the premium. So you start something as a synthetic, but you end up with a short strangle. That's why when you leg in, leg out, these things are possible to do. And if you have education, and if you know how to do it, if you've taken enough, the right size, right risk management, it's all yours. You can do it. Fuel cells taken off. Wonderful. I don't know what just happened. It's 5:37. I'm long 90 calls on that thing at $1. Okay. Let's get to the front. Let's answer some questions and go to the charts. Yes, sir. That's where we are. MACD rolling over. Yeah. I'll look at it. I guess so. I'm tight. I mean, I got to watch it all the way to the end. It looks like, because they're right at my strike, right? If it's right at my strike, I'll probably roll it, but I will talk about that. Macro. Didn't you just listen to what I said? Market's always going to go up. Stonks only go up because we keep printing. They will never go down. They can't afford to let it go down. They just can't. They kick the can down the road. We just print more, add it to the debt. And that chases return. And that goes to the stocks, that goes to gold, that goes to real estate, that goes to hard assets. You're young. Figure it out, bro. I know you have figured it out. You used to be my member. What happened? You quit being my member? I should block you. No, I'm kidding. I love you, man. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Melt up, melt down. And in fact, now the government's asking, or President Trump is asking, for a 250 basis point interest rate cut. Then it will have a melt up. Yeah. All asset class. Bitcoin will go to 200, gold will go to 4,000, stocks will go to wherever they're going to go. But the point I'm trying to make is they can't pull the chair out of musical chairs now. They can't pull one of the chairs. You just can't do it. You just can't. So they'll keep printing. It doesn't matter who's here. They'll just keep printing. That's what they're going to do. Let's look at some charts. Okay, you guys can see this. I can see it. Okay, charts. Big charts. All right, this is SPY, spiders. New, kind of struggling a little bit today, working on a little bit. There's a bearish divergence happening on triple Q and SPY. I am not a huge fan of either. I'm shorting individual stocks. I'm not shorting indexes yet, but I may. Probably not today. Today is option expiration. Weird shit happens on option expiration. Let's go through some Mag 7. Apple going consolidating. This may break out finally, and my AAPU calls will be printing. That's why we're holding. But I trimmed. I think I was long 60 of them. Now I'm only long 30. A lot of my members ask, why are you trimming? I go like, and then a lot of my members go like, why do you like taking losses? That's because I like doubling my account every year. That's why. That's kind of counterintuitive, but the members who know me know me. Netflix had earnings. I guess this is what happens even with great earnings, right? The stock goes down $60 because it's just so pumped up with air that, I mean, it's not a disaster. But then you talk about air, pumped up with air. Here's one, Robinhood. Because it goes up $5, $7 every day. There it is. There's one. Look at that chart. You see, invest. Look, if you invested in Robinhood, where would you be? You wouldn't worry about your insurance premiums going up. Nvidia, new high. Almost a new high. Microsoft, new high. Yeah, pretty close. Meta, pretty close. Actually, Meta is rolling over. Google. Yeah, just keep chugging along. Some of the stocks that we're watching or we're in it. Well, actually, let me go through the positions anyway. AAPU I did. This is fuel cell. Short puts, long calls. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, so let me talk about the two shorts. Well, let's go through the longs first. This is TSSI. Yeah, we're reversing today. But was short, had the pullback, made money on the downside. Now we reverse, go long. Okay, this is Soundhound. You know, I'm trimming my longs. I don't care who says what. Nice charts. I like these charts. I think market's overbought here. Maybe it'll have like a 3 to 5% correction, and I don't need to be involved in it. Here's SoFi. Let's see if it's MACD is rolling over. Ooh, big key reversal day. Where are we? 2156. Just ended at 2150 for me, please. No, MACD's not rolling over. Well, it's kind of rolling over, but it's not. It hasn't given the signal yet. But today's reversal day is pretty nasty, but pretty decent volume. Yeah, we're short the stock, so we just wanted to stay at 2150 or a penny above today. So options expire worthless, and we write them again on Monday for weekly options. Here's my other short. Now this is the bubble of all bubbles, Joby Aviation. You guys see what's happening here? Okay, you know, this is the EV tolls. This is the flying taxis or flying cars or whatever the F they are. Stock was $7, just 17 now. It's selling at almost 2.5 times its 200 EMA. I'm shorting the stock. I think at best this is a $10 number, but then, you know, when you're shorting things, you got to be really, really careful. You can't mess around with these. You have to protect yourself. That's why you short puts. As soon as you short the stock, you short the puts. You take in premium, increase your cost basis. So that's what we're doing. When this ends, it could end. I don't know when it's going to end, but when it ends, it's going to end in tears. It's going to end with a bunch of bag holders. I will not go long this, but I will hedge, and then lift the hedges off when it's about to tank. And we don't know when, but it seems like everybody's in the boat, looking at the volume and looking at the degree of the ascent. It's called parabolic, right? Could it go higher? Yeah, there's a big short position in there, but there's also this company, by the way, as of today, is worth $14.5 billion market capitalization. They do not have, okay, listen to this, folks. They do not have one single red cent of revenue yet. Forget profits. You guys think, oh, Palantir is expensive. This company doesn't have $1 worth of revenue. It is selling twice the valuation of Alaska Airlines. It is selling more higher valuation than American Airlines, and it is selling about 75% of Southwest Airlines. You guys figured that out yet? Okay. So yeah, they keep pumping it, and when the musical chairs ends. But you know, that's why I size correctly. I short things, but then I do it with sense and sensibility. SoFi is not there, so yeah, this one we don't know when it's going to end. It will Who knows? We could go to 25. I don't know. There's a little gamma squeeze happening in here for sure. Short squeeze is for sure happening. Let's look at some other charts that people ask me about. Tesla still going sideways. Yeah, still going sideways, squeezing itself in there. We will definitely trade Tesla or TSLL when it comes up on a breakout or a breakdown. Either way, a lot of stocks have just gone into stratosphere. I don't know how to deal with them when they do that kind of thing, such as Palantir. Well, Palantir is down, I think, today a little bit. Yeah, it's just down a touch. But look, I mean, it's just higher highs, higher lows, right? Hood, obviously, is another one. Let me look at my watch list and then put out a couple of names. Well, Apple, we want to go up for sure, but we'll see. I just can't get a hold of Alibaba. I love the Chinese market, actually, Chinese stocks. Yeah, see, it broke. This is called a whipsaw. I had this lines drawn. That's why technical analysis sometimes is garbage. You know, it's a beautiful wedge, right? And it broke itself under the wedge today and then reversed, of course, because all the people who watch technicals, they would have shorted it or got out that day. It broke below the 200 DMA, and then sure enough, of course, it reversed. And I go like, yeah, it broke down. I shouldn't buy it. At least I didn't short it, thank God. I like that one. I like Billy, which is the YouTube of China. It's been doing really well. Let's look at Amazon. Look at some more Max 7 stuff. Yeah, just grinding itself higher. Here's a nosebleed one, AST Space Mobile. They have a little bit of revenue, unlike Joby Aviation. At least no profits on any of these companies. There's another one, Rocket Lab. Look, man, it's not for me to question. The market's pricing it. This here, that's your scoreboard. If the price is here, you can argue, create all the biases for yourself. Say, oh, it's expensive. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. I'm like, bro, the price is in front of your nose. You can argue with it all you want, right? It's going to get you to the poorhouse. IBIT, Bitcoin, obviously, still hanging around 120, just consolidating. Beautiful. This is the BlackRock ETF. John, if you're still here, we talked about it, remember? We talked about it, sir. We talked about it. I gave you the playbook. That's why he goes, you're buying next time, John. And let's see. What's something worth mentioning? A little bit of a tip. So when people ask me, say, Serge, give me a tip. I go, tips are at the horse races, buddy. Coinbase reversing. Gosh, I put it in the chat when it was up $35. I said, I want to short all of these and go away for 10 days. That is one nasty reversal day. 444 high, 410. Circle reversing, of course. They passed what they say, right? On Wall Street, buy a rumor, sell on fact. The rumor was they're going to pass the crypto bill. They did, and look what happens to them, right? And then everybody goes, "Oh, they passed the crypto bill. Let me just go." Retail goes, "Let me just go run, buy some of this shit." I'm like, "Yeah, good luck." Now you get nailed. Now you'll be a bag holder. CoreWeave. Actually, I like the stock, but it needs to come down to about 75 levels for me. Gold. We have a trade in gold. We're just waiting, man. That thing is going to, once it breaks out, that thing is going to 4,000. So if that goes to 4,000, what's going to happen to NUGT, which is the 2x ETF of gold miners? I'm going to be on this trade like white on rice, but we wait patiently, we wait. EV Go, is it time to get back with my girlfriend? No. Fuel cell. What kind of volume was there on that move? Because we do own a bunch of that stuff. Ooh. 60, 80,000 shares. I mean, we'll take it. Okay. Maybe we do have a shot of. Okay. Cool. We'll just keep those. Gold we looked at. Um, mm, 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 mm. What else we got? Oh, we got LAC. Okay. Okay. We'll add to that on a little bit of more of a pullback, about 3 range. Here's another one. They did a secondary. This is one of my member stocks. MP Metals. they they did a secondary. Stock didn't even go down. I mean, this is how much appetite there is for these companies. Look at those things. I wouldn't dare short that. Ooh, MicroStrategy down $25. Yeah, sell the news. Sell the news. Somebody asked me in my member group, should we buy MSTZ, which is 2x bearish ETF? Metaplanet, which is the strategy of Japan. No, you need to go to 6 before I look at you. Yeah, there's one. Twitter is full of FinTwits. Buy Oscar, buy Oscar. I was long Oscar. I made a shit ton of money, and then I bailed out on that thing. I'll give it a crack at about 11 and a half, maybe. I go, buy Oscar. We're going to be millionaires. Fucking thing is down 50%. What's wrong with these people, man? What else we got? I don't know. If you guys have any questions, please. Oh, Reddit is rallying. Yeah, Reddit is one of my favorites, actually. Reddit and Lemonade. I like those two. Oh, gosh. Why does it do that? Why does it go to the 50 EMA and hold it? And FYI, for people who do follow me, I sold 50% of my positions in my investment account of Unity software. I paid about 21 and a half. It almost got to 40. My target was 40. I sold 50%. So if you are following me there, the other 3 stocks I have in my long-term account is Kava. I own shares, and my puts are expiring. Cash secured puts are expiring today. I own Google. I bought all these, luckily, at the right places. I love Google. I think it's the cheapest Mag 7, and I own Nike. That's it. Those 4 stocks. What else? Everything's turning red, huh? Except the one I'm short. Some bitch. Look at SoFi. They have it pegged at 21 and a half. They're going to make me watch that thing, man. I mean, I'm short. I'm happy it's red, but I would have liked 21.51 close. Okay, market. Mr. Market Maker, can you help me with that? Please help me. Ooh, TSSI rallying now. We'll sell some more calls and create the perfect strangle right there. Okay, that's good. United down to 280s. Wow. Is it time? No. I'm going to do something with Lulu. I would like it to make a lower low, though. One of my members just put up Urban Outfitters. Looks beautiful. Just ready to spring. Waiting for the 50 EMA to come up. And yeah, we're going to trade that one for sure. I don't know. That's about it, folks. So what I'm going to do now is, yeah, I'm just going to wait and go to the front, answer some questions. Good morning. Good morning. Yes. Oh, let me put my face up here. Yeah, I'll give it a shot about 12, maybe. I don't know. I was long. If you're following me enough, you see my positions. Go back to the community page and look at my positions. I had a beautiful synthetic one when it was 15 on its way to 23. It pulled back, gave it a shot with the 20s, took some small losses on that one, but on the first shot around, it was a massive moneymaker. Good morning, Manny P. I already have a position. You're buying. I already have a position in FBTC. Okay. You're buying. Oh, BMNR. Is that the Tom Lee that he became the CEO of now? Is that the one? That Divine Ethereum, right? Yeah, I'll look at that in a minute. I'm going to buy an IPO called Fig. Its symbol is FIG. I don't think it's out yet. When it comes to IPOs like Enduro, for example, how will you approach trading it? Two IPOs like CoreWeave and Circle, I put strangles on after they did their run, made beautiful money. There's so much money sloshing around, but as soon as it comes out, you got to buy it, man. Look what happened to Webull, right? It went from 0 to like 80 and then pulled back. Same thing happened with a lot of these. The first couple days, money chases it, especially if they open at some reasonable Figma. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't think it's out yet. Still trying to wake up at 6 a.m. What if you were in Hawaii? You had to wake up at 3 a.m. What are you complaining about? I've been getting up at 5:30 all my life. Get with the program, sir. Just love you for that. BMNR. Let's take a look at BMNR. Oh, you know what? Let me put I have time today, so let me put the link up if one of you want to show your face. Here's the link. All you have to do is grab the link and come on if you want to. What am I looking at? BMNR. Yeah, let's take a look. It went from like 5 to 150, right? Down to 40, I think. I can't touch those, man. It's too high risk. BMNR. There's a couple other ones that are actually doing the same thing. BMNR, $42. Tom Lee bought some shares himself. They bought a bunch of Bitcoin. They're doing exactly what Michael Saylor is doing. I've been on the Michael Saylor bandwagon for a year. I understood what he's doing, and I fully second it. And he's doing the right thing. So now they're hot over what do you call it? Ethereum. Okay, cool, whatever. And I mean, it's into support. I don't know. It's like if it breaks down, you're looking at 15. First support is like 50 EMA, 28, then 15. I haven't looked at the financial list. I'm just giving you the technical picture, but there's a couple other ones that I started following. Well, that MTPLF is the Japanese Japanese strategy. They're issuing bonds and buying Bitcoin with it. MTPLF, Meta Planet. It's on a 50-day EMA. I'll just, I'll be really comfortable buying that about 6.5, 7 range. I would love to actually buy some of that. I have a couple other ones of these Ethereum asset companies now. Where are they? Okay, here's one. There's one. BTCM. That's called Bitmine. Like when they do these kind of crazy things, that's what they do. But the other one is BTCS. I think they bought some Ethereum as well. Look at that. Yeah, there you go. So, I mean, when these go like parabolic like this, I lose count. Webull having a massive day today. That's reasonably looking good, actually. What they did is they pumped it. I was long Webull. If you guys go check the community page, I was long options. I was short puts, long calls. They pumped it from like 10 to 13 or 14, and then they issued $1 billion worth of shares. Of course, Wall Street took it, all of it, and then today they're pumping it again. I mean, look, this is all a setup, right? You guys don't believe any of this shit. That's why I don't look at charts and stuff that much. So may all your longs go up and all your shorts go down. That's how I'm going to end ELF having a big move today. I said, it's okay. I'd rather buy Nike, add to Nike. Joby just won't go down. Okay, well, be that way. When you do go down, though, yeah, tears will be flowing. Well, we'll just sell more puts on Monday or maybe today. Buy them back and sell more puts. Okay, if you guys want to grab the link and come on, please do so. Nobody wants to come on? Okay. Yeah, he is. Yes. Well, I don't. I don't think Ethereum is finite like Bitcoin. Although I'm not sure. Yeah, this is scaring me with this. Yeah. Well, you should have gotten. Please tell me no. It's all. Everything is selling off. Okay. So Mojo, don't be retail. Retail all jumped on it. They were sold into it. Now that the act is passed, look at Coinbase. Look at MSTR. Look at Circle. Look at all these stocks that had something to do with the Genius Act. I don't know what options you have. Do you have the shares or option? Be shares, you should be okay. Thank you. Nobody wants to come on? You guys just want to nothing? No questions? Yeah, so then I'll end it. You guys, I don't know what else to say. Okay, so please share. Please put a thumbs up. If you want to become a member, click join. Send me an email, sergio@sergioavadian.com. I'll send you the Telegram chat group link. Full transparency, I have nothing to hide. I have nothing to prove at this age. I've done this way too long. I'm not one of your FinTwits that go, look at this. I go, bro, it's whatever. I have no time for that shit. I do too many things to bother myself with it. We go long, we go short, we balance, we step on it. We take the, step on the brake, step on the gas. Look, trading is an art. Investing, not much. Because when the market's making all-time high after all-time high, investing is easy, right? But then how did you all do when we had that 25% crash? Not too well. Luckily, market did a V-bottom and saved all your asses. Although, if we had gone in a recession, we would be at like 4,000 SPX now as opposed to 4,800, and your stocks will be halved again. So always be mindful of what could happen. Actually, it's good that that happened, but then not everything results always in a V recovery. Lately it does because they won't let it go down. They'll just print more money and put it out there and save the market. I'm telling you guys, every pullback has been bought, and justifiably so, by retail, by everything else, because they figured out the game. Retail has finally figured the game out. Market goes down 5%, they're buying. That's because that's the only way they can protect themselves. And I'm so glad for companies like Robinhood who came around and democratized trading and investing. Because before then, it was this like hidden secret. I'm like, no, it's awesome. It's amazing. You guys should all retail, all invest. Trade, different story. Trade, and don't mix pleasure with business, by the way. Okay? Pleasure is trading. The adrenaline rush, the high you get from doing something. 90% of traders lose. So get into it with that mindset. That's one. Very rare. So, but if you get into the 10% club, think about it. Right? But investing, easy. You dollar cost average into indexes, into Bitcoin, into gold, into whatever you need to do. Put away money every month and just put it there. Yes, it's not exciting. Yes, it's like watching paint dry. But if you're going to trade, I said this to my members, I say it here. You better get like 3-4x of the benchmark. What's the benchmark? S&P 500, right? So if the S&P is up, let's say, I think it's up like 7% this year, right? Well, you better be at 30%. Because if you want to pay taxes, short-term capital gain taxes on that. Remember, inflation, 6-7%. Forget what the government's saying. It's not 2%. It's 6-7%. Okay, take that out. Take the taxes out of 30%. You need that to do that. Like you need 4 or 5x of the benchmark. If you're not a 4 or 5x of the benchmark already, right? Then quit. Go just passive invest. Go DCA and do other things. Don't trade. But then trading is hard. It takes time. You have to pay your tuition to Wall Street. It takes years, 3, 4, 5 years. But then hopefully you'll run into a good mentor. And so I had wonderful mentors when I first went there. And they taught me well. And I'm just sharing the wealth, sharing the information with you all. Because one thing you guys cannot buy and learn in a book or buy is experience. You cannot do that. You know the Greeks better than me, most likely. Well, what do you do with it? Right? What do you watch? How do you trade? How do you structure a trade? How do you create a thesis? All these things. That takes time. You got to get your car, get in the race. Like, I'm very proud of Mojotronics right here. He was very frustrated. He didn't know anything about any of this 6 months ago. And look at him now. Now he's talking like a professional. He's still making some mistakes, but it takes time. And because this is a lot of people trade, or create or think trading is a sprint. I want to get rich quick. I'll just make so much money. All on YouTube. Look at this guy. He make $100,000 every day. Sure. Let's see. Let's see the audited results. Let's have him put the account up. I see a lot of FinTwits. They go, "Oh, look, I made $1 million, and I bought Palantir at 7, and I bought, bro. Who cares? Show me what you've done. Show me what you've done." Yeah, XRP. You're the XRP guy, and remember what I told you yesterday? Bulls make money, bears make money, pigs get slaughtered. I don't care about XRP or underwear. You gotta take profits, of course. Any of you, come on. This is the link right here. I still can hang out with you guys if you want, or I'll just go have a cup of coffee. Whichever you guys want. Investing is boring. Let's see. Investing is boring to most because usually they don't have a lot to put down every month. Well, no, that doesn't make it boring. What makes investing boring, is the expectation of I have to have it yesterday. Because that's what we created with those little phones we have with swiping, non-ending, right? Instant gratification. To me, investing is like planting a field of corn. You plant it, you nurture it, the weather is good, you give it water. Now, it grows. When it grows to 8 feet, you trim some, right? And that's what it is. Investing is it's like planting something and watching it grow. But people don't have the patience. People have no patience these days. I want it yesterday. I'm like, no, it doesn't work like that. You think Jeff Bezos and Zuckerberg, they just did that yesterday? I mean, yeah, they're trillionaires, billionaires, whatever they are, but they may not be a great example, but I'm sure you have examples in your family, in your friend group. Investing is boring because you don't have the patience for it. Because they all want to trade. They all want to swipe up and down on Robinhood and trade 0 DTEs. And then they all get blown out. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Anyway. Doug, we can save that conversation for our member group. I want to go short everything and go away. That's what I want to do. Look at this big banger. But you can't afford a $9.99 to be my member? You're full of shit, Macrobake. If I keep allocating $5,000 a month to these high-paying dividend stocks to companies that have been around for 70 plus years, are you allocating $5,000 a month? That means you're making $25K a month. I don't know about that. Well, I hope you are. I'll be collecting almost six-figure checks and dividends. Yeah, but you're 25, 28, whatever you are, since I know you. You're like the dividend guy. I don't know. I would be so much more aggressive if I was you. If I put $5,000 yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, but the point is there's a time to put the gas on. Philip Morris has done well, Coke has done well, dividends, but dividends is not it. You need capital appreciation at this early age. You can do that dividend thing when you hit 40, 50. And then you have appreciated your capital so much, right? With the high-tech stuff, like with NVIDIAs and things like that, then you just switch over. But again, none of this is financial advice. So. In less than 7 years, I'll have $1 million portfolio. Yeah, it's okay. Yes. Okay. Nobody wants to come on. Be that way. I'm gonna take off. So I'm gonna end every show. So Monday, come back for Trading with Sergio Monday edition, Tuesday edition, Wednesday edition, Friday edition. Wednesday we have a members live. Friday is Power Hour, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. If I can't do it, that means there's something not wrong, but something more important that I need to do. But for the month of July, I'm gonna do that every day, maybe half hour, 45 minutes, but longer on Fridays. Trading with Sergio Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Power Hour on Friday. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do, and we'll see what the numbers look like. I may continue it or go or reduce the number of live streams. Yeah, and that's it. I'm done. I disagree. Disagree. We just showed 10 stocks. I just showed 10 stocks. Which one? Which one was not? Robinhood, no brainer, right? SoFi, no brainer. Yeah, these are big names. These are not joke mom and pop shops, right? You got to believe in the system, my man. You can do, Philip Morris and collect dividends. You do that after you're 40, 50. This is your peak earning years. You make sure you just turbocharge everything because you can't afford to make a mistake. It's my advice to you. Again, it's not trading or financial advice, but you have to understand the game. The game is being played in a way that everybody should understand it and everybody should do something about it. Or they should watch their $100 bill get put on fire every 5 years. It's up to you. You make your own bed, you sleep in it. So much love. Please stay healthy. May all your longs go up and may all your shorts go down. So I'm going to end it like that.